And yes, I can be heard. So that must mean it is Friday night. It is time for the Xstreamed Jesters Jam. So, 1 second. Look at this. Look at this. 1 second. Just got to sort out one technical thing. You can just see a little bit of the Zoom chat window, which we don't want to see. Let's just make us a little bit bigger. There we are. And with that, we are now properly live. Now, welcome everyone to the Xstreamed Jesters Jam, the quick-fire improv joke-telling game show where we're going to make up jokes based entirely on audience suggestions. So, audience, please put lots of suggestions into the comments for words. Just give us lots of words and we will use them to inspire our various joke-telling games and competitions throughout this. So, first things first, as always, we need to meet today's performers, starting with Bob. Say hello to the people.
Hey people, I'm Bob from Utah in the United States. Happy to be here.
Okay, now someone who isn't happy to be here, unfortunately, is Marty. Please, Marty, explain why.
Well, I got better things to do than hang around with you people.
Yeah, no, understandable.
I'm just kidding. Me and my thumb have recently started a love affair, so,
for anyone who doesn't understand, do you know what? They are literally going to think that Thumb's doing other things rather than what you were doing to it. However, if you want to know what he was on about, do check out episode 175 of the Improv Xstreamed show to have some nightmares afterwards. Speaking of nightmares, we need to meet the Nightmare from Essex. Ooh, which one will that be? Dave! Say hello to the people.
Yes, I'm the Essex Nightmare, known locally as that name, and also known as Dave Green. And I'm a joke-telling improvised game. This is going to be a laugh, whatever happens.
Okay, now someone who is never a laugh, which is unfortunate for this show, is James. Say hello to the people.
Hi.
Okay, now someone who may also be a James, but we've never clarified this, is Jimmy Mack. Do people ever call you James?
I'm James to my family, and most of the close friends that I met until I was about 25.
Wow, but Jimmy Mack to us. So, with this, we now need to meet Hannah. Say hello to the people.
Hi, I'm Hannah, and I'm also called Jimmy, I'm also called James, and I'm really not that funny.
Excellent, this is going to be a good show. Now, speaking of not that funny, Johnny, say hello to the people.
Hello to the people. I don't think I'm that funny, but hopefully I can prove you guys wrong.
Okay. Now, someone who always proves us wrong in one way or another is Danny. Oh, George, say hello to the people.
Oh, I wouldn't say that, because I'm actually quite dim-witted, to be fair, so proved you wrong. Sorry, I'm Danny, I'm from Portsmouth. Hello.
Okay, so I retract that fully, and unless I have skipped over anyone, we will begin. Now, audience, continue to give us lots of suggestions of words throughout this entire show. But with this, we are going to get on with our first game. And our first game, as we often play on Improv Xstreamed, is going to be a short round of 99 blanks. And the way it works, as so many of these will be, it's a joke-telling game. We're going to tell jokes that follow the rhythm. 99 blanks, walk into a bar, and the barmaid says, your punchline. We replace the word blanks with a profession, and checking what we've got today, we are going to have 99 cleaners walk into a bar. 99 cleaners walk into a bar. If you have a joke, give a wave. Jimmy Mack.
99 cleaners walk into a bar, and the bartender was like, hey, I heard what you said. No bad language in here. And they said, I said vacuum. Vacuum.
Marty.
99 cleaners walk into a bar, and the bartender says, we don't serve your kind here. And he says, hey, don't make me mad. I'll mop up this place with you.
Okay, Bob.
99 cleaners walk into a bar, and the bartender tries to take their drink order, but they say, I'm sorry, we're dry cleaners.
Very good. Hannah.
99 cleaners walk into a bar. They're all absolutely stoned, high as a kite. They say, oh, what do you have? What kind of liquids do you have? The barman says, well, fairy liquid.
Okay. 99 cleaners walk into... 99 cleaners walk into a bar and they say, oh, can we get 99 pints of beer? And they're like, oh, sorry, someone just cleaned us out. So, Dave.
99 cleaners walk into the bar, and the barman says, we're very near closing time, we can't really serve you any drinks. And they all say, don't worry, we'll be done in a jiff.
James.
99 cleaners walk into the bar and order one of everything. They go for the clean sweep.
Okay, Johnny.
99 cleaners walk into the bar, and the barmaid says, what are you doing with that broomstick? And they say, well, we're hoping to sweep you off your feet.
Jimmy Mack.
99 cleaners walk into a bar, but at the time that the tab came, they decided to make a swifter exit.
Okay, and Hannah, just to wrap up cleaners.
99 cleaners walk into a bar. The barman says, what would you like? The 99 cleaners say, wow, you look a little bit like, can't bend over. What's the matter? He says, oh, I've got a bit of a tricky U-bend.
Okay, so let's change up what we're looking for. And we will now have 99 superheroes walk into a bar. 99 superheroes walk into a bar. If you have a drink. Hannah.
99 superheroes walk into the bar. The barman says, hi, what can I get you? I'm Batman. Yeah, what can I get you? I'm Batman. Okay, yeah, but what would you like? I'm Batman. Are you gonna... I'm Batman. Get out.
Okay, James.
99 superheroes walk into the bar, and the first one goes, ouch, and the others go, Iron Man.
Danny O'George.
99 superheroes walk into the bar of the hotel, and it's pretty empty as well. It's a pretty dead pool around here.
Okay, Dave.
99 superheroes walk into the bar, and the barman says, it's quite late, we can't really serve any drinks. And they say, don't worry, we'll be done in a flash.
Bob. Has frozen. No,
Yeah,
Bob.
Oh, good, I'm back. 99 superheroes walk into a bar, and the bartender takes all the orders but one, and he finally goes, what do you want? And he says, Aqua, man.
Okay, 99 superheroes walk into a bar and they order a steak, and the barman says, would you like a starter? And they say, oh, soup. Dave.
99 superheroes walk into the bar, and they all say, we're looking for 100 superhero. Have you seen them? And the barman looks around the bar and sees someone dressed definitely like a superhero, and he says, I Spider-Man you want.
Wow, Danny.
99 superheroes walk into a bar. About half an hour into their little, drinking times, there's a fire that breaks out. And oh no, where's the fire exit? And the barman says, just follow the green arrow.
99 superheroes walk into a bar, and the barman says to Batman, look, I don't mind the superheroes coming in here, but I don't like the sidekicks. Your friend is robbing us. Okie dokie. Anyone else for superheroes? Okay, so riddle me this. We will go on to our next game. And so with this, we are going to go on to a round of World's Worst. And the way this works is a little bit of a similar format, where we will choose a profession that we have been suggested, and then we will show examples of the world, and not necessarily just a profession, but examples of the world's worst example of that profession, if you get what I mean. So once again, if you have a suggestion, if you want to do something, give a wave. And we would like to start off by seeing examples of the world's worst surgeon. World's worst surgeon, if you have an example. Bob.
All right, he's done. Let's call this at, where's my watch?
Jimmy Mack.
Yar! X marks the spot where the colon be.
Okay. So, this is going to be an absolute doddle. I am a bit of a comedian. I'll have you in stitches. Right, Dave.
Right, don't worry about it. I'm wide awake. I've had lots of coffee. Okay, let's get this session done.
Okay, Johnny.
Everything's gonna be fun, don't worry about it. Puff my scalp poop. Oh dear, I think I nicked a vessel.
Oh dear. Okay, Hannah.
So apparently the large intestine is the same length as 2 football pitches. Do you want it? That's okay.
Okay, Danny.
Nurse, why isn't he making that buzzing sound like we did half hour ago?
James.
So, ladies and gentlemen, we have the kidney here, and do not worry, everyone has 2 kidneys. Apart from this gentleman.
Jimmy Mack.
I'm young Johnny Depp as Edward Scissorhands. Teach me what love is.
Okay, Dave.
Yeah, so apparently it's between the sides of that bit and that bit. Okay, so yeah, let's have a look.
Okay. Scalpel. Sutures. Do you have a light? Bob.
Good news, I just cured him of canker. Oh, wait, sorry, said something else.
Hannah.
The best thing is when they're under anaesthetic, you can just manipulate the body. Look, watch. Superman!
Okay, Johnny.
Hey, Marge, when you put these 2 kidneys together, they look like donuts. Donuts.
Dave.
Do we think it's going to pull through? I think it's going to pull through. What do you think, Mr. Body? Yeah, I think it's going to pull through just fine.
Danny.
Hi, I'm Patrick Swayze from ER, and I'll take your breath away. See, here are your lungs.
Bob.
Let's see. Let me get this right now. The knee bone's connected to the thigh bone. Anyone think thigh? Okay, good. Thigh bone.
Okay. Yes, Mrs. Johnson, the surgery was completely delicious. I mean, a success. Hannah.
You know what would be really funny is if we just stitched his hands to his balls.
Marty.
Why, yes, I am blind. Now, could you lead me to the patient?
Jimmy Mack.
All right, and while we're waiting for the anesthesia to kick in, I'm going to do some long-form improv for you. Can I get a suggestion of anything at all?
Okay, and Danny, and then we'll change the subject.
MP, you know how people keep saying that you're spineless? Well, I was a bit picky.
Okay, and Marty, did you have one? Your hand was up.
Yes. Alas, poor Yorick. I knew him.
Fantastic.
I wanted to do that.
Okay, so with this, we will have one more round of World's Worst for now. And this time, we will be looking for the world's worst pop star. The world's worst pop star. So, if you have an example, then give us a wave. James.
Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I'm Justin Bieber.
Hey!
I was thinking of something like that.
Okay. So, anyone else? Dave.
Hello, my name's Dave Green.
Right. Bob.
Alright, let me do my hit for you right now. 99 bottles of beer on the wall. 99 bottles of beer. Come on, everyone sing.
Okay. Hit me, baby, one more time. No, hit me, bitch. Hit me harder. Right, Jimmy.
Hello, everyone. I'm Simon Cowell, putting my money where my mouth is. Oh, when she bangs, she bangs.
Hannah.
I've got a song that'll get on your nerves, get on your nerves, get on your nerves. I've got a song
Okay,
that'll get
Bob.
on your nerves. Oh.
Alright, I've got a balloon here. I've got another one. I got hundreds.
Okay, Hannah.
I feel it in my fingers. I feel it in my groin. Constipation all around me. Here's a £1 coin.
Okay, Marty.
All right, everybody, here's a good one.
Johnny.
Hi, I'm one-handed Jared, and I'm stuck to my twin by his hair and his annoying singing voice. Well, until he breaks his leg.
Okay, James.
Hello, we're you two, and we're going to go one step further. We're going to hack into all your Bluetooth devices, so as you sleep, our albums will be playing all night long.
Danny.
Oh, it's everyone's favorite soda pop, Pepsi Man.
Okay.
Exactly, that's how bad the video game was, I'm sorry.
Jimmy Mac.
And next up, Wonderwall.
Dave.
Hello, yes, as my follow-up career to my wonderful career as Prime Minister, I now bring to you my brilliant hit single, Tears of a Clown.
Okay, Johnny.
Okay, so in that time of year, so we're going to sing the most creepiest Christmas song. He sees you when you're sleeping.
Okay, Hannah.
Is inside my comeback core, okay? So I'm gonna build a wall. Oh, wall. Gonna build a wall. Oh, wall. Gonna grab her by the pussy, then I'm gonna build a wall.
Okay, Marty.
Hi, I'm Millie, and I'm Vanilli. Wait, start the music.
Okay, go on then, Johnny. You've got props.
Oh no.
Yeah. Do you remember me? It's Madonna. Yeah, I'm that bitch.
Okay, if you're going to use your props, they should probably be in the shot. Like, I've got this amazing prop. Let me place it down out of view. Right, go on then, Danny.
Ashley Simpson.
Okay, and with that, that will bring us to the end there. So, with this, we are going to move on to our next game. And with this, we are going to play a few rounds of debate. We're going to have a few debates. So, going first on this, we are going to have Marty and Danny. We're going to have Marty and Danny. And just having a look here, let's find something from our suggestions. Okay, we are going to... Oh, where have you gone? Marty and Danny. Let's spotlight you. So here we see Marty. No, there was Danny, and then he's gone again. Here we see Marty. Here we see Danny. I will join you guys just for a moment. And you are each going to get up to 1 minute to make your argument, which I will tell you here. And it is that, Marty, you think that the world should be flattened out. Danny, you think the world should be kept round. So that is what we're debating on. And Marty, as the flat earther amongst us, you can go first. Tell us, why should the world be flattened out? Begin.
Well, it's obvious that the world should be flattened out, and I don't mean just the roundness of it. I mean all mountains, hills, everything. The entire world should be completely flat. Think how much easier it'll be to build roads, to build transportation system, to get from one place to another. People always talk about, well, when you get to the end of it, you'll fall off the edge. Well, build a damn fence, for God's sake. Then you won't fall off the edge. You can have 4 sides of a tourist attraction where you can walk up, take pictures of space, whatever it is, but then the whole area in the middle there will be completely flat, no hills. No one will get tired walking up and down hills, biking up and down hills. Trains will run faster, cars will run faster, everything will be better because...
And that is time. Thank you very much there, Marty. Now, Danny, on the other hand, you thought that Marty was speaking hogwash. Tell us why the world should be kept round in 1 minute.
Absolutely. So, as everyone knows, all of God's gracious creatures inhabit the earth with us. And you know the expression, don't make a mountain out of a molehill? Well, if the earth is flat, that's exactly what's going to happen. It's the only incline in the land, therefore, it's the only thing we've got to reference to a mountain. Furthermore, round is a shape. So, yeah, flat is a shape, but round just adds an extra dimension, like my body, for example, it's just round. Yeah, and on top of that, nobody likes it when, for example, in an open world video game, you get to the end of the world and suddenly you're hit with an invisible wall. No one will appreciate that in real life, right? Yeah, it helps you stop falling off, but how frustrating is it you can't see what's just beyond the edge, yeah? Whereas if the world is round, you don't have that problem. It's forever rendering in real time as well, I'll have you know. The graphics are spectacular with the hills. And the
Okay,
flowers.
okay. So there we have it. So, audience, it is now going to be voting time. Who do you think won this debate? Do you side with Marty, who thinks the world should be flattened, or do you agree with Danny, who likes to keep things nice and safe and round? So, put your votes into the comment section now, and let's come back to our panellists. Who do you think made the better argument there, just whilst we wait for any votes to come in? That means you guys, so you can speak. Yes, Jimmy Mack.
Yeah, I just wanted to say the world is flat in real life because Minecraft is life. You get an elytra and some fireworks and start flying in one direction. Do you come around the other side? I am here to tell you that you do not.
I'm
Okay.
speaking from more of a geological kind of microbiorganism side here. If the world was flat, you would have an extensive problem more with pollution. You would have a problem with certain species of animals dying out because if you flatten hills and so on and so forth, it's going to get too hot and those animals are going to die. Same with the coldness. Now, it would increase those temperatures, which is good, but the time in between is really bad. And as humans, we would have no specific shade. And with no specific shade, we would die.
Okay. So, with this...
Why are you using science to argue this?
Exactly.
Because I'm intelligent, Marty,
Okay. We'll go over to the votes, and we see that Marty as Danny is right. Okay, so Marty as Dan. Oh no. Okay, so Marty, Danny, Marty, Danny, and I think that may tie things up. But we will move on. It will just give us an indication of how we think the audience is going to vote for our Joker of the week. But next up, we are going to have Bob and Hannah. Bob and Hannah, you will get the next debate topic. So here we see Bob. Here we're going to add in Hannah. Okay, and just to add in myself, just to introduce this subject for you guys. Bob, you think education should stop at age 10. So you think education should stop at age 10. Hannah, you don't think education should ever stop. If you could introduce why you think that is for us, Hannah, and take it away.
Education in general is stupidly important, and I think we take education for granted. It takes you not to have a good education to realise how much you miss out in life. So, for example, I missed out on certain bits of education when I was in school. That now, as I've gotten older, has meant that I had to go back and do the qualifications that I couldn't do before to get jobs that I want, which is now like a pitfall because I'm waiting, constantly waiting. So with education, once it carries on past 10, you have the opportunity to either carry on, do it again before it's too late, or the other thing is, once school finishes or college, that's not it, because you learn in everyday life as well. You will never stop learning, no matter where you are in the world or no matter how old you are. Ian friggin' McLennan, right, he's doing Hamlet, yeah? He's literally learning things that he didn't know the first time.
Okay. So
I'm
we have,
passionate about that.
we understand this. We've heard from you, Hannah. Bob, what is your take on the situation?
Oh, Hannah, you practically make my argument for me. You talk about having to go back and learn things for jobs. If education in a physical or a pure sense ended at 10, then these other jobs you're talking about wouldn't even exist anymore. You wouldn't need those jobs. You would learn what you need to know. Yes, education continues, learning continues, but education can stop. You can learn from the hard streets like people did back in the day. You can still learn, but education, a formal education, that can stop so that you can get right to work and get learning instead of just doing textbooks. Then there's no such thing as a textbook example of something. So learning from a textbook, that's way useless. When's the last time I've done anything in algebra? Never. I wasted a lot of time with that. I should have been on the streets learning the hard knocks and the hard truth, and I can still learn Shakespeare without having to have a teacher.
Okay, that is time. So, audience, get your votes in here. Who do you side with here? Do you think that Hannah still needs still has a lot to learn, or do you think that Bob has learnt enough? So put your votes into the comments section, either for Hannah or for Bob. And let's very quickly open the floor. Does anyone want to give their 2 cents on this? Dave?
Yeah, so I was sort of with Bob on the way until the very end when he said I can still learn stuff on the street. So essentially you're saying that education can continue, and so you're actually agreeing
formal
with Hannah.
education. Learning, you learn from life. Formal education.
Well, yeah, but that's still an education, which is what Hannah was arguing.
Okay, what do you think on this, Johnny?
I think like with Hannah, like with kids that still need to learn, kids are pretty stupid, so there needs like lots
adults
of education.
Too. Right, and Jimmy Mac, what do you want to add to this?
Everything I need to know, I learned in kindergarten.
Okay, so with this, let's go over to the votes. Let's see what we've got. We've got votes for Hannah, Bob, Hannah, Hannah as she speaks from the school of life. Bob and Hannah again, and Hannah again. I think Hannah is taking it. Votes are still popping up. Audience, get these votes in as quick as you can. But with that, I will say, Hannah, I think you've taken it. And we're going to move on. So, who haven't we had yet? We have not had Jimmy Mac and Dave. Jimmy Mac and Dave, let's find a subject for you. So here we see Dave. Here we see Jimmy Mac. And let's just add myself in for a moment. So, on this subject, Jimmy Mac, you think all you need is love. Dave, you do not think this. So, Jimmy Mac, please tell us in 1 minute why you believe that all you need is love.
Yeah, I think it was best said by John Lennon. I believe all you need is love. Not much to add to that, and it doesn't even need to be a human love, okay? Yes, I have a cat, and he is very affectionate. His name is Little Ned Niederlander. He's a lover and a fighter. He brings out the teeth and the claws, and man, he'll meow at you if he needs food. He'll meow at you if he wants to play. He will meow at you at 3 in the morning for no good reason at all. And if that's not a good enough reason to live, then just let me know.
Okay, with time to spare, Dave, what do you say on this subject?
I mean, Jimmy, it's fair play you're bringing John Lennon into this, and he did write that lyric, but he also wrote the lyric, obla-dee, obla-da, life goes on, brah. So, in many ways, it's making my argument easier, because you need more emotions than just love. If you loved everything, you wouldn't be aware of the dangers in the world. You wouldn't be aware of the fact that that cat of yours, yes, he may want to show love to get food and attention, but he also wants to swipe your eyes out deep down inside, okay? It's as simple as that. That's what cats do, okay? So that's just not everything. And the entire world is made up of very complex emotions, and that's what we really need to understand in this world. And if we're just going on the basis of just one simple feeling, we'll never really truly understand the complexities of the inner emotional human being self. And, you know, with people like myself, there's not a huge amount to go into in that respect, but in other people there might be more, you know? People in this very room, there could be plenty of all right, maybe that's not an example, but
okay, and that is time. So, audience, who do you side with here? Do you love Jimmy Mac? Or do you hate Dave Green? Put your votes into the comments section here, and let's hear from our panel, starting with James.
Yeah, Claire, I hate Dave Green. I go with him all the time. Obla-dee, obla-da, beautiful words, and there are other emotions out there. So yeah, Dave.
Okay. What would you say, Hannah?
I think love is overrated, so I'm going to go with Dave.
Okay, and what would you say, Danny?
I would say that, of course, love, all you need is love, really, because if you're in a marriage, then the cat's not the only thing that's going to bring out the claws and the teeth.
Oh, okay. And Marty?
I got to go with Jimmy Mac because Dave was actually wrong with his facts. Paul McCartney wrote Obla-dee, not John Lennon.
Wow.
It's always written as Lennon-McCartney.
Yes, but if you're a Beatles fan, you can pick which ones wrote which songs.
Okay, Hannah, as you're from Liverpool, can you settle this?
That is actually true, yeah, it was Paul McCartney.
Okay. And Johnny, what would you like to contribute?
I feel like Jimmy Mack hasn't watched Marley and Me, and that is
Okay, so we have 2 performers left who have not had a go. Who are they? Johnny and James. Johnny and James. I think we're in for a treat here. Here we see James. Let's add in Johnny. I'm going to just...
Me either, so this will...
Wow, the subject is Marley and Me, the greatest film of all time. No, okay, so we're going to have a nice, difficult one for you. Something really important for the world. Johnny, you are on the side of Pepsi. James, you are on the side of Coke. There can only be one winner. Johnny, begin.
Well, I think Pepsi is superior than Coke because we get them in more like restaurants, like McDonald's, because they always have Pepsi and they always run out of Coke for good reason, because it's just a rip of Pepsi. Like, it's the same thing. It's just the same fizzy drink in the same metal can. It's just a different, they got the same logo and everything. They just got different. I mean, the similarities to Coke and Pepsi are just identical. Like, there's no reason for Coke to exist. I think the only reason there's Coke is because they want to cover up the drug cocaine. Then, you don't go to the drug dealer and say, oh...
Okay, and that was 1 minute in dog years. James, over to you.
I think the crux here is Johnny is using the term different. It's like, why does it need to be different? The reason why these fast food places are using Pepsi is simply because it is cheaper, and because if they didn't use it, everybody would choose Coke. Because Coke is better all round. It is a better taste. It is more traditional. It's a little bit. It's got life to it. Pepsi is if you order Coke on Wish. Pepsi is not got that same buzz to it that Coke has. Johnny also brought up the history of the drug. Whilst it probably is true that Coca-Cola used to contain cocaine, and that's where the name came from, it's pointless bringing that up 100 years later, because it clearly doesn't now, and that's the same as bringing up the war to Germans.
Okay, and that is 1 minute in squirrel years. So, with this, we will open it up to the panel. Please vote. Who do you think made the better argument there? Do you think it was James, who I'd kind of given up listening to after Johnny? Or do you think it was Johnny, who probably gave the most unfact-check minute of speech we've ever heard? So, Marty...
Well, I have a friend who's actually worked for Coke and Pepsi, and I know for a fact that James is correct, because Pepsi only has what it has because it is cheaper. Restaurants usually go for it because it's cheaper. Coke has always been number one.
I'm starting to question you, Marty, just because you seem to have like a source for knowledge about every subject we've got. So, with
smart.
this, Hannah, what would you say?
I think Pepsi, because when I think of Coke, I feel like I have to call Medela, so it's like differentiating, do you know what I mean?
Who's Medela? Is that like a Liverpudlian name?
My
Oh, hello, Medela. Right, okay, Danny.
My dealer is called Medela.
Well, here's an interesting fact that both of them failed to pick up on. So, when they made Coke or Coca-Cola, it was made before the time of refrigeration, whereas Pepsi was made after. Therefore, if you want a nice, cold, refreshing, non-alcoholic beverage, go for a Pepsi, of course.
Okay, and so with that... Oh, sorry, Air 5, Dave, there you go. Right, let's go over to the comments section and see what we've got. So, we have votes for...
being known to advertising agents out there, I am available.
Okay, it was worth it. Right, so we've got votes for James. Okay, still coming in. James. Johnny. James and James again. So we will say that James, you have won that. And Johnny again, in fact. Audience, you've got to get these votes in quick. Right, with this, we are going to go on to our next game, which is going to be a game of acronyms. And the way it will work is I will put a word given to us by the audience into the Zoom chat so that everyone will be able to see what the word is. And then you just need to say what the acronym stands for. So, for example, if there was a company called Dave, it might stand for Deadly Alliance of virgin elephants, for all I know. See, DAVE, that may be what it stands for. So I'm going to put a word into the Zoom chat. I will tell the audience what it is, but I'll put it into the Zoom chat so you guys can see it if you need the visual aid. And the first word is wood. The first word is wood. What does the company, or what is wood? Would someone please explain what the acronym WOOD stands for? Okay, Johnny.
Well, I think the acronym WOOD is Will Oscar Overdue?
Of course, that classic catchphrase that we've all been asking ourselves. Marty.
It stands for Where Old Owls Dwell.
Ah, of course it does. Bob.
It's a well-known thing for chauffeurs that they used to be called would, which means would ordinarily only drive.
Okay, Jimmy Mack.
Yeah, that clearly stands for weasels often overdose daily. Weasels have a hell of a time. Hey, Hannah, can you hook them up with this Medela guy?
Okay, Dave.
It's actually for a company that specialises in very particular types of fertiliser, and it's actually a world of ostrich dumpings.
Okay, I thought so. And Danny with the correct answer.
Yes, because I know he's watching right now. Where's our other Dave?
Of course.
Yeah.
So, moving on to our next word, which I'll put into the Zoom chat for you now, audience. It is socket. Could people please come up with some acronyms for what is socket? What does socket stand for? So this is a 2-syllable word, so we'll take our performers a little bit more time. Dave.
It's actually a medieval villain from France. It is actually Sorcerer of Chaos, Knight en Terrible.
Ah, Bob, I thought it was.
This one, of course, is a thing from olden times. It is, I am so over Cockney knickers ending tightly.
Okay. So, anyone else for socket? James.
It is a term of sorrow, and it is silence over clear King Edward's throne.
Okay.
Silence clears King Edward's throne.
Unfortunately, people don't know how to pronounce it with the Lapland pronunciation, and it's a harrowing Christmas message, actually, which is socket, and it is suck off Kris Kringle, eat turkey. So, with that, Danny O'George.
Yeah, follow that.
So it's basically how you would describe someone who likes to, flaunt their stuff and scares everyone. So to show off and keep everyone traumatized.
Okay, Marty.
Well, it's an old Australian saying. It means silly old cannabis kangaroos exit tooting.
Okay, a couple more, and then we will move on to one final word for this round. Johnny.
Well, something that doesn't get reported in the news, in zoos, is that shameful octopuses, or octopi, could kill elephant trunks.
Ah, okay, good. Right, so, Dave.
I was actually wrong earlier. I forgot. It's actually most recently taken on a new meaning thanks to the world of social media, and it's actually a hashtag that stands for speaking out constantly, knocking emu trafficking.
Okay, one last one then, Bob.
This one goes back to the Christmas. It's another Christmas one, and it's where the you better watch out thing came from, and that was Santa often can kill eager teens.
Okay, so with this, our next word, potentially last word, just because we've got other games to get to, is which is spelled HMMMM. The word is HMMMM. So, James.
It's when you're making the Family Guy reference, but you don't want to do the whole lot. You do, hello, mummy, mum, mama, mum.
Okay, Bob.
It goes with marketing. It was part of McDonald's marketing, and it was how McDonald's merrily munches memories.
Okay, I thought personally that it was the abbreviated term which people thought and were recommended would save your life if you were in the specific scenario that a car was backing up and about to hit into you, running you down. That you're supposed to go, meaning, hey, move, 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 move! Marty.
Yeah, it's just something you say when you're surprised or angry. You say, "Holy mother fucking memories, fam."
Dave.
This is another social media thing. It's actually to because Eminem went on recently requesting help with his cookery, and it actually stands for Help Marshall Mathers Marinade Macaroons.
I thought so. Johnny.
Well, this is like a weird like film / gaming reference, but once you heard it, it can't be unheard. So it's Harry's Moaning Myrtle moves Mario.
Okay. I actually thought that this was what is going through the thoughts of Marty's thumb at the start of the show, which was, hey, Marty, 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 Marty. Right, Bob.
It's very different. This is actually people who are looking forward to the future. This is another social media thing, but it's really #4000 is really what.
Oh, okay, yeah, Roman numerals. Right, so James.
So this is a term that filmmakers use if they're doing a story about the past. It's called histories make many amazing movies.
Okay, and Danny to wrap this one up.
It's the abbreviation of the crossover between the Power Rangers and the Nativity play. It's called Holy Mighty Morphin Mary's Manger.
Okay, so with this, Hugh Janus thought it stood for Help Me Mother McCartney. So it could have been. With this, I won't read that one. So with this, we will move on to our next game, where we are going to define some words. We'll only have a couple of rounds of this because we're running fast out of time. We've still got a couple more games to get to. And so, in fact, we could do this in threes. So Bob, Danny, and Hannah, you guys will go first. So let's spotlight Bob. Let's spotlight Danny. And let's find Hannah and add you to the spotlight as well. And you have got a word which you need to define for us. And then afterwards we will decide who we thought had the correct definition. So for you, Danny, the word, well, you've all got the same word, but Danny, could you start us off and tell us the definition of the word pish?
Pish?
Yes.
Well, it's... It's quite a funny story, really, because fish and chip shops like to serve you traditional cod, haddock, gammon, things like that. Well, they created a hybrid food with the pickle jar, and they merged them together, and that's what you get, pish.
Oh, okay. Maybe that's a Portsmouth thing, because Bob, you were looking quite confused by what Danny said.
Yeah, well, in America, we know this a little differently. It's not really just a word definition. This is a brand, which was a famous tribute band to the cover Fish. They just took off the first H, and Pish became their word. And they're well known for really long songs that mean absolutely nothing. Okay,
I don't think we've come to the bottom of it, because earlier, Hannah, I had a phone call from Medela, and she definitely used the word pish.
Yeah, so pish is basically the more polite word of saying piss. Like, it's when you really need to go to the loo. Do you know what I mean? Then you'd be like, I really need to pish, you know? It's like when people say using the bog or using the loo instead of the toilet. So when you need to go for a wee or a pee, you say a pish.
Do you know what? That is how she used it. Oh, Bob, did you just want to add one final thought?
Yeah, well, to add, there's another layer to Hannah's that we use here in America, and that is when you have to go both number 1 and number 2 at the same time.
Oh, do you know what? Okay, very quickly, we will come back. Just because we're running out of time, audience, give us any votes along the way that you'd like to, but we won't wait around. So, who thought that Danny had the correct definition? Give a hand up if you felt that he did. Or not. Who felt that Bob had the correct definition? Yeah, the last one, I agree. Okay, and who felt that it was Hannah? James and Johnny. So with that, Bob, with that sneaky extra one, you take
Bob
it.
kind of gagged in on my pitch, so I share half of it.
I can't believe no.
Okay, so next up. Sorry?
I can't believe no one said it was when Sean Connery urinates.
Of course. So anyway, Dave, Johnny, and Jimmy. Dave, Johnny, and Jimmy, you will have the next word, and the next word for you is fuzzle-toe. Fuzzle-toe. So Dave, Johnny, and Jimmy. So Dave, if you could actually start us off and tell us what you think fuzzle-toe means.
Well, it's very similarly related to camel toe, and it's more about what sort of the shape in which someone's sort of crotch forms when it looks quite furry and bumpy and quite pubic in many ways, and it looks like a huge amount of fuzz. So that's basically it.
Okay. Maybe in your neck of the woods, Dave, but in Johnny's neck of the woods, also in Essex.
Not far from where I live.
Yeah. What would you say fuzzle-toe is, Johnny?
Well, without sounding crude, Dave, Fuzzle-toe is just another Harry Potter house. So you get rid of Hufflepuff, and you get Gryffindor, Slytherin, Ravenclaw, and Fuzzle-toe, which sounds much nicer, and also it's far superior than Hufflepuff, because Fuzzle-toe, it's still got that, cutesy about it, but, you can have, an ostrich foot, and they're sharp things, because they can run, really...
Okay, he's muted. So, Jimmy Mack, what's your final thoughts on what this means?
Yeah, fuzzle-toe is what you hang at Christmas, when you've just been shopping at, the bottom of the barrel thrift Christmas shops, and when you hang it and try to kiss somebody under it, they just punch you in the face. Actually, come to think of it, I usually just get punched in the face under mistletoe, too.
Okay, so there we have it, fuzzle-toe. So who did we vote for here? Who felt that Dave, with his camel toe, had the correct answer? Okay, Hannah.
The 70s camel.
No, you can't vote for yourself.
Right, okay. Who felt that Johnny?
I liked it when he got muted.
Yeah, I liked it at the beginning, but then when we were into the third hour of Ben-Hur, I kind of lost it a little. And who thought it was Jimmy?
What?
I'm joking, man. Right, okay, so Bob votes for Jimmy there as a pity vote. So with this, we are going to have one final one between James and Marty. And so let's find a word for you. Here we see James. And let's quickly add in... Oh, this hour's going so quick. Add in Marty. And the word for you is latide. Latide. So, James, could you please explain what latide is, please?
Yes, of course. So it's a French term, and you know where the Channel Tunnel is. If you get to the other side of France, where the places that you can dock, Calais, that's the one, Calais, the water that goes onto Calais is, of course, called Le Tide.
Okay. Marty?
It's a franchise in France of laundromats. And they're called Le Tide. And people go there to do their clothes.
Okay, nice and simple. So very quickly, let's bring it back to the rest of our performers. Who here thinks James, with his geographical brilliance, understood what that he was talking about there? Dave, Johnny. Who felt that it was Marty, with Latide being... Okay, we've all kind of given... Okay, and they've come in and voted. So there we go, and Marty gets it. Right, we are almost out of time. So we're going to have to come on to our finale game, which is a shame. I would have liked one more game in between. But we are each going to get a subject, and you will be given 30 seconds to make as many puns based around the subject you were given as possible. So, going first, we are going to have... Okay, let's see what we got. In fact, let's grab one from here because it'll be quicker. Okay, so, Bob, you will go first. You will have 30 seconds to make puns around seafood. And here you go.
Well, I don't want to be selfish about any of this, but I get a little crabby if I don't get me some seafood. I need it to get my muscles going, and sometimes I just like to take a little scallop of something and dip it right on there. And sure, what I may do may seem a little fishy to some, but I don't give a halibut about what you want to do. I'm going to go eat trout, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. I'm not gonna flounder with what I'm talking about.
And that is time. That is time. Okay, so I think that I counted 8. So with this, we will come to Danny next. And Danny, you have got to make as many puns as you can around the theme of school. School. And here you go.
Now, lesson near you, because I'm gonna learn you some. Well, what would your grandma say about this? Your true aunt would agree as well that the cafeteria's it's not really in the same class really as what we serve at home.
And that is time. That is time with 5. That is time with 5. Hannah, you will go next. And the theme for you is anatomy. The theme for you is anatomy. And
what's anatomy?
okay, so human anatomy. So you're.
Oh, I thought you meant astrology. I don't know.
Okay, don't worry. And here you go.
Play football. You want to give it a header. You're talking through your arse. She doesn't know her head from her elbow. You just need to knuckle down. You're a bit nosy, aren't you? Aye. Did you hear that? Oh, shit. On my pillowcase. God, you're a quadruped.
Okay, that is time. So I got to 6 there, but maybe 7.
He's like, wait, what the fuck's going on?
Okay, next up, we will come to Marty. Marty, you will need to make some puns around the theme of video. And here you go.
Well, I try to screen what I watch. Oh my gosh! But I don't know how to dial in on having the correct amount of time to watch things. So I'm trying to channel certain energies in my life so that oh gosh, this is hard.
Okay. Don't worry, Marty. I know you've been having trouble with your tapeworm. So, okay. Anyway, James, you will go next, and the subject for you is.
I enjoyed how dialogue came up there. That just shows that.
Okay, so the theme for you is shopping. Go.
So I'm going to Tesco, and I'm going to Netto on the way there to find the Asda price of all of these items, because the me and Morrison's, who is my neighbour's children, we always go to the greengrocers.
And that is time. Okay. I will go next. Can someone give a topic for me? Give a wave so you don't say all at the same time. Okay, Johnny, what would you like me to do? Transport. Okay, and here I go. So I'm feeling quite bussy at the moment, but if you don't mind, I'll carry on. And I know I'm quite a plain fellow, so I might just scoot over there. But if I don't like you, I'll tell you on your bike, and before you know it, I will be doing really good. And I think That wasn't a good joke, so I might bust past that one out of the way. And before you know it, I will go truck yourself. Oh, I'm done. Right, so... 8. Ooh. Okay, so next, Jimmy Mac. The theme for you is going to be... Oh, what was that? Accommodation. Accommodation is your theme. And here you go.
Listen up, Ho. Tell me where I should stay. Mo, tell me where I should stay. There's room for improvement here. AC Slater, air conditioning, which is something you would get in a hotel. I hope that there's I'm wearing my new Vans, which will take us there.
Oh, and that is time. That is time. So now we will find one for Johnny. And Johnny, the theme for you is sports. The theme for you is sports. Begin.
Right, well, time to pitch in, everyone, because I know everyone's feeling a bit batty at the moment, and to be honest, you're getting my wick hit. But at least I go through bases, and I'm feeling like hula hoopy, and I just need to pass on my next try, but.
Oh, and that is time. Well done there, Johnny. Well done. I'm feeling a bit hula hoopy too. I'm going to use that phrase. So, now we come to Dave. Okay, Dave, the theme for you is going to be electronics. Electronics. And here you go.
I phoned my mum the other day, and I found that I was high-fi on life, and she said she was very much found out that her television was blurred, and the fact was that she was light as anything with regards to she was being a real dick to phone to people, and
and that is time. That is time. So I believe myself and Bob were both on 8. So we just need to settle this tie break because we're like literally supposed to start the show in 1 minute's time. So we'll wrap this up. Someone okay. I don't know how to decide this. Someone else set us a challenge, because otherwise it's...
Category battle. That's quick.
A category battle. So, James, set Bob and I a category theme, please.
Shakespeare, plays.
That's perfect for this joke-telling game. Right, so Bob and I, we need to say Shakespeare plays in quick succession until someone says something that isn't a Shakespeare...
You have to make puns with them, of course.
You have to make puns with them as well? Okay, so we have to make puns back and forth. Okay, who's going first, James?
Yeah, you can, David, because you're on.
Okay, I should go first because Bob will just Hamley it up. Right.
Well, all I know is that Romeo owed what Juliet.
Okay, I really, I can't, I view you in contempist.
This could go on for a 12th night.
It'll be like the I'm Henry VIII, I am song that just never ends.
Winning this is a Midsummer Night's Dream.
Oh, fellow, you're quite a laugh, aren't you?
Why don't you go tell that to the 2 gentlemen from Verona?
Yes.
I did, but they told me to not King Lear at them anymore.
I love this with the puns. You did tip us. You know, I'm going to give this one to you, Dave.
Hey, okay. Well, good, because my one was going to be that. My next one was going to be that you're a complete work, aren't you? So that wouldn't have actually been a play.
In many ways, that was a pretty good comedy of errors.
Hey, do you know what? I like this.
I had that one in my hand. I forgot it. Crap.
You guys are Henry the Fourth part too much.
Okay, Danny, you were about to say?
Yeah, I was going to say, I'd like to know what Jimmy, Mac, and Beth had to say about that.
Aha, very good. Okay, I'm just letting our friends in, because otherwise they'll think that we've abandoned them. Audience, we're going to very quickly find out where you can find each of our performers on social media, and then we will wrap up the show and get on with Revenge of the Mafia. So, very quickly, Dave, where can the people find you?
You can find me on davidanthonygreen.com. All my social medias are on there. You can also find me via Morpheus UK, which is a game we're doing now, and also for the Laughter Academy, which is going to be starting some live stuff soon.
Okay, is someone new got... Let's mute some people. Right, so, who's got the echo? Who's got the echo? Okay, there we go. So, Bob, where can the people find you?
I usually perform with my troupe every Saturday online with Quick Wits. You can look us up on Facebook and see some of our shows there. We're actually, as weird as it sounds, set to be going live on stage pretty soon, so we're pretty excited about that.
Amazing. Okay, Hannah, where can the people find you?
You can find me at Hannah_McGowan X. Usually I put it in the name thing, but I didn't because I'm a div. So you can find me on Instagram for that. Boss Birds, Improv Chattanooga, and the Mafia show, as well as general extreme stuff as well.
Okay, Marty, where can the people find you?
On Instagram, you can find me at What Would Jesus Glue, where I post my art that I do. And as improv-wise, you can always find me here on Extreme Improv. And tomorrow night, I'm doing a show with Comedy Frenzy.
Okay, fantastic. Danny.
You're muted.
He's muted.
Find me anywhere on these platforms under any of these names.
Fantastic.
And I'll be in the next show.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Danny. Jimmy Mack, have I already come to you?
No. But you can check out my podcast at shutupwesleypodcast.com. It is our filthy love letter to Star Trek The Next Generation. Also, in a few hours' time, I'm doing a show with Comedy Frenzy, After Dark. That's our adult show. Come and hear me spew some filth.
Okay, James.
Yes, type in James Little, actor on Facebook, and Tells on YouTube.
Okay, Johnny.
You can find me doing Improv, Dave and James at Southend at the Laughter Academy, which is going to be starting very, very soon. So excited. Here, whenever Dave will have me, when he's not meeting me. And social media, just check me out. Just type in Johnny Cayley.
Okay, thank you very much, Johnny. And for me, because I won today. So, my name is David Pistansky. You can find me on David Pistansky on all of the social media platforms. You can also check out... Oh, you can't. It's not behind me tonight. You can check out the website xstreamed.tv, and there you'll be able to find all of these shows, loads of articles, podcasts, and just stick around in a minute. If you're watching this later, then just load up the next video, because the next show is going to be Revenge of the Mafia. So, from me, from everyone else, take care, stay safe, and ciao for now.
Bye-bye.
Bye, peoples. Okay, guys, we are off the air.
Thank you, David.